Hello and welcome to Baseball 24/7. This episode, this is going to be a podcast series. It's still Baseball 24/7, but this is going to be called Wiffle Talk, which is about wiffle ball. This episode we're talking about pretty much the MLW off season and the draft and stuff like that. So that's going to be part of another series of podcasts I'm going to have, which is going to be called Wiffle Talk. All right. Also, if you don't know yet, I have a YouTube channel. Search Jack Kelly on YouTube. It's down pretty far. You gotta just go down, and it's a blue J, and you'll find it. There's one video. It's MLB top 10 rankings. All right. Let's get started onto this stuff. All right, MLW talk episode 1. Here we go. So the Gators with the first overall selection this year's draft in the MLW Wiffle Ball draft, they selected Brendan Jordanson first overall. So he was a very good pick for the Trenton Trains, and they ended up finishing out second to the I don't remember what the other team was, but it doesn't matter. He's a very good pick for the Gators. He can help their pitching rotation with Baker and Zerlag. Zerlag definitely their ace on that squad after Baker being too busy with baseball. So all right. Joey Flynn to the Magic and Andy Duran back to the Cobras in a 3-team trade. I couldn't figure too much out about this on their website, but all I noticed is I figured out was Joey Flynn, Sean Flynn's brother, Sean Flynn, the Rookie of the Year, who played for the Cobras. He played for the Cobras. He was traded to the Magic, and the Eagles had something to do with his trade. So Andy Duran is traded back to the Cobras, which could be a good pickup if he gets to play more. Last season he didn't play much, so 2017 Rookie of the Year. I think that's a good pickup for them. All right, pretty much another trade this offseason. Michael Aguilar of the Diamondbacks was traded to the Wildcats for Josh Lucier. First of all, Michael Aguilar to the Wildcats, very good pickup. They need someone who's going to hit for a better average than Ryan Kelly and Zach Pirok. And Josh Lucier going to help that pitching rotation out. They definitely have the best rotation in the game, and after adding one of their after adding a pitcher in the draft, I think it was Jimmy Norp. They added Jimmy Norp. He's going to be a very good pick for them in the draft. Well, pitching rotation wise, and he can hit, and Aguilar can hit. Well, Aguilar can hit for the Wildcats, and he can get on base a little bit. Lucier can also hit for a little bit, but he's just really good on the mound. So that'll be a very good pickup for them at the moment, I think. All right, so these are my MLW predictions for the season. All right, so I have the Gators finishing 4th in the NL, going 3-12. I have the Diamondbacks finishing 3rd, going 4-11. The Eagles finishing 2nd, going 10-5, and the Mallards finishing 1st, going 11-4. In the AL, I have the Magic finishing 4th with a 6-9. Cobras finishing 3rd with a 7-8, and the Wildcats finishing 2nd with a 6-9, and finally the Preds finishing 1st with a 10-5. So the NLDS, this is my prediction here. We have the Eagles over D-backs in 2 games. Eagles have much more experience. The record would have shown this game. The Eagles just with Daniel Schultz he's the best pitcher in the game, I think. That's an easy sweep for them. So they'll head to the NLCS. All right, the NLDS. I have the Cobras actually taking over the Wildcats with the addition of Andy Durant this offseason. I think they did trade their draft pick, which to the Gators, which is they get the Cobras get the Gators draft first draft their draft pick in 2021. So hopefully, if this happens, the Cobras would get that first overall draft pick for next year. So that's where they really need help with that. So the Cobras over the Wildcats. Why I'm saying this is because the Cobras have a little pitching depth, just a little. The Wildcats have one pitcher in Kyle Schultz, which is definitely the second best pitcher in the game, with him and Daniel Schultz, maybe even the best. But I still think Daniel is the better one at the moment. Still, Kyle can hit better, so that's that. But I think that the Cobras are going to take him over in 3 games, 2 games to 1. So that's what I think, and the Cobras are going to go to the NLCS. ALCS, my bad. In the NLCS, the Mallards are going to take the Eagles 2 games to 1. Why I'm saying this is that Steve McPeak comes out of retirement. He came out of retirement this year to go play for the Mallards. which he does get out a lot and all that stuff. He strikes out a lot. He's okay, but I do really think is that Johnny Bean, that kid, he's good. He's going to really help the Mallards win some games, and I think that will get them to the 11-4 record and push them to the World Series over the Eagles, and that'll help them with their first NL title regular season. The clinch the NL. They'll clinch the NL for the regular season. All right, in the ALCS, I had the Preds taking the Cobras in 2 games. The Preds are the best team, the best power ranking wise, with the 3-man roster of Russell, Warda, and Kratch. Very good 3 core. If Kratch can have that great season like he did with the Cy Young and MVP, if Schultz, not Schultz. Brendan, I forget his name, but anyway, if Warda and Russell, Alec Warda and Brendan Russell can really produce the season and hit some homers and get on base and get some runs happening on production, that could really help them in the World Series, because I think they're going to beat the sweep the Cobras in the ALCS 2-0. All right, so the World Series, I have the Mallards taking in the game in 5. So 3-2. The Mallards, the one reason right here is because of Tommy Coughlin and Johnny Bean and Noah Dabrico. They have 3 people who can definitely hit. With Steve McPeak and Austin Ford, who are iffy-niffy people, like they're gonna get out sometimes, but they're also gonna do good. So here I'm going with the Mallards on this for here. The Preds, the reason why I have them not winning here is because they only have that one pitcher, which both teams only have one pitcher, but they have better hitters. They have 2 hitters who are more consistent on the Mallards, and Brendan Russell, who was injured last year, who is not as consistent as other people on the Mallards. Still, but if Alec Warda and Brendan Russell are consistent, this could be a completely different thing. All right, my awards. I have MVP this year would be I really do think that I think this is the year for Daniel Schultz. He's gonna have an insane year. He's gonna break out. So I'm gonna go Dan Schultz. My rookie of the year is gonna be the 2nd overall draft pick. I know that Brendan Jorgensen was a very good pick, but I think the Diamondbacks I forget his name, but the Diamondbacks pick was Jimmy North. I think he's gonna have an insane year and really help them produce and help them win. He's gonna win the Rookie of the Year, so I have Jimmy North win that. The Cy Young, I'm gonna go with Dan again, because Dan's gonna win that also, because he's just the best pitcher in the game personally. Silver Slugger now. I'm thinking here, since Tommy probably is going to lead the league in average like he usually does. He's going to hit 400 something with a good amount of home runs. So I think I'm going to give it to Tommy because he can really just produce a good player. So, yep. All right. So I think that right there is going to wrap up for today's show. Thanks for listening to the podcast. I'll see you guys the next time I do another update.